What's going on, guys? I am fueled up. Cafe Bustelo. I'm gonna try not to like sip and smack my food in my mouth. Haven't adjusted my mic. This is a new system, so need to kind of filter some of that garbage out, eventually. What's going on, guys? I am fueled up. Cafe Bustelo. And I can hear myself. I'm gonna try not to. Boop. There we go. We'll take care of that. Okay. Let's get this started. Good morning, good morning. Let's get this rocking. I'm going to keep an eye on this live chat here. Let me see. And of course, I had everything set up, and now you guys see a blank screen. So give me just a second. Let me get that fixed for you. This is actually what working in IT feels like. You get everything perfect. Wow, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. Turn that down a little bit on sound. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see. I think I need it right about here. We might make some adjustments. Bam. Alright. There. Now you guys see. I could have switched back to the other screen, but that's fine. That's fine. How the timeout works. Okay, you know what? We can start with that. That's pretty... It is a treasure hunt. It is a treasure hunt. I have not had enough coffee, so I'm going to be pretty scatterbrained. If a bird flies by the window, it might take me a few minutes to come back. You guys know how it is. Alright, so... Yeah, let's treasure hunt. Alright, so the timeout, right? When I'm here, okay, and I'm feeling testy, it's my test account. If I were to go long, boom, it came in, right? So this order is now put in the exchange, okay? And it's been filled, and it looks like I bought the top. But I'm okay with that because we're just paper trading anyway. So here it is. My order came through, it filled, and now I got my stop loss So let me do this. Let me add another one. And let me do up here. Order timeout. Let's do it in seconds, right? So if my order doesn't fill within 1 second, let's watch. So it's going to come in, boom, it's going to hit. Oh, it didn't fill within 1 second, so it actually deleted my order, right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. It's just there, like, there are times when there's swing trades that I don't mind if I put in an order a little early with a trigger and it's just sitting here, sitting here, sitting here. And because it's a swing trade, I wouldn't mind it being here for, hey, even a few hours, right? But what I would mind is if it sat there for days and I missed the trade and then the price went way down and then it came way back and touched my entry. You know, I mean, that may end up being good because a lot of times you trade the same levels anyway, but I don't want it sitting there, you know, just doing nothing but sitting there. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's just a timeout. Yeah, thanks for the layout. I just tried to have some fun. I'm missing a few key things that I had on my other system, but yeah, well, it'll just get improved as time goes on. So super stoked. Let me actually see. Here's the beta test. Let me ask. It's been a while since I talked to Mr. Bojan, but I want to reach out to him real quick with our link. He can invite some people. Let's see. For J trades, is it not better to put in 0 seconds? I mean, that's up to you on how long you want it to sit. Like I said, on a scalp, I don't want it to sit very long. Actually, on a scalp, I mark it in. I limit out. It tends to balance out in the end. And actually, a lot of times, if I'm expecting a heavy CDW somewhere, you know, swing failure pattern, and I'm expecting a hardcore wick, I mark it, man. And I'm telling you, sometimes I've gotten better entries on the wicks, you know, moving fast because I marketed, because the market price is like dumping so fast, but yet I'm trying to long, so I end up getting this like really low entry on the wick. That's sometimes, obviously, because it's market, I get what I get. So it just really depends on the strategies and things. I do have some notes I'm going to go over, so this won't be a completely unorganized stream. Here they are, way over here. I have some specific things I want to go over. Hopefully some will be very, very exciting. And I tell you, I'm pretty stoked. But I think I'm going to add some music to this live stream. Hopefully you guys are good with that. It may just kind of be some background music. I need something. This is a good time, guys, to drop your questions in the chat, and I will try to remember to scroll through. If you need to post it more than once, totally fine. Come on, man. Where's my Oh, that's right. See, I need that Cafe Bustelo to kick in. Bam, here we go. Tabletop audio. I really like this stuff. Sometimes I play this at work. Let me see. I'm gonna show the player. I'm gonna turn it down because it's pretty loud. You guys will have to help me. I didn't get a chance to like test this. How loud it's gonna be on your side. I got turned down pretty far. Let me know. We're going for some background music. Here we go. Oh yeah. Just let me know if it's like not blaring, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty crazy. DBSI. Yeah, we can go over some DBSI today. I actually have not used it specifically in a strategy, so I'm not even sure. And let me know how, like I said, how loud that is for you guys, because I got my desktop sound levels, I've got everything, so I mean it's perfect for me, but I want to make sure it's not too loud or you guys can even hear it at all. I don't know. In my best pirate accent? Oh my word. We'll see after the Cafe Bustelo kicks in if I can do that. That would be funny. I need more caffeine for that. You guys are awesome. Get the spoon. Get that Cafe Bustelo going. Alright, I'm going to try and keep up with the chat. No. DBSI Strat. We can do that. I have a Strat design I want to go over. I want to share one that has been working for me for swing trades, but I'm not sure how it'll work long term. But so far it's done pretty good, so I thought that would be a good way to, you guys could try it out. You hear no music. Okay. Well, I bet you because I have this so far down. I'll turn that up. And then I'll turn my headphones down. Cool. Music's at a good level. We'll kind of leave it there for a minute and see if it comes through. It's just a little background pirate music. It's not a big deal. Alright. Okay, here we go. So let me look at my list and actually get something productive done here. I sent Jay the link, but I think he's offline right now. He's probably out working in his gardens. Let me, real fast, guys, let me send this to Bojan, and then I just want other people to be able to come in and kind of, see these demonstrations and stuff too. So, man, has it been that long since I've reached out to him? I feel like we just talked. I guess I'm just gonna have to. There he is. Bam. Alright. Too loud? Alright. Boom. We'll find a sweet spot. Don't worry. I just don't want me to be drowned out. Alright, so I want to go over Jay's trades, right? Kind of how I would do that. And yeah, so sorry, I'm reading and I'm reading your guys' comments and doing all kinds of stuff at the same time, so forgive me. Let's see. So let's go ahead and come over here, right? And let's look at one of Jay's setups, okay? Let me open this up over here, and I'll open it where you guys can see it for sure, right? So what we got here, we have a J setup, okay? And what he's looking for actually was price for, we're just gonna say 42,200, right? So at the price of 42,200, he's looking for, bearish divs on the 4, the 1, and the 12, right? He's kind of looking for an overall, like just bearish signs on the bigger time frames, on some of the smaller time frames. So this is really what he was looking for. So that one is actually pretty easy. And I want to set up a auto trading bot later on the 30-second time frame. Show you guys. So let's go to the 4-hour. And actually we're gonna have to go to good old Bitcoin. Boom. So he was looking for 42,200, right? Which actually happened. That's right. We did trade that, didn't we? I think there was a couple, I believe Jay's bot actually caught that trade. So, at least on the BCT, I don't remember, I think they're, yeah, so I'm pretty sure it caught it on the BCT. Alright, so one way I like to do it, guys, there's two ways to do it, right? One, you can drop a horizontal line, okay? Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, let me move this so I can see what you're seeing. Yep, you can see that. And so you can come, and what I like to do is I come in here to my coordinates, 42, 213.7. That's gonna be my entry. Boom, right there, right? I'm gonna add an alert on this, right? I'm gonna pull this over here. Alright. And I'm going to make sure this is where I can come to the website. And I'm feeling testy on Bitcoin with the T. Whoa. We're going to go short. I'm just going to mark it, make it easy. You guys can, you know, do whatever works with your strategy, right? So, swing trade, 3%. 10x leverage, not doing anything crazy, right? So this is the exact price, stop loss, or percentage. So if you flip this switch, you can enter in the exact price. Okay, so obviously, and you know, so when I fill these out, it has to be actual price. I actually prefer to stay on the percentages. I don't know why my brain just averages, so no big deal for me. So stop loss 0.3. Woo, that's not leaving much room. We're going to do a 2% stop loss because it's a swing. You know, keeping our risk low, right? 10x and all that. So R&R is actually really big, guys. And when I say R&R, I mean risk to reward. Actually, let me make a note. I want to go over that today a little bit. So R&R can make or break your strategy. Like, you could take a terrible strategy and make it amazing with the right R&R if you can get that math to work. And I really think we need to go over that. Okay. Okay, wow. On this short trade, man, we're taking all profit at 0.3. Whoo, let's not do that. So let's lock in profit. Usually, even on a swing trade, man, I like to lock in profit fairly quick. Alright? But we're just going to lock profit. Boom. Okay, I'm willing to lose a little bit at this point, right? I want it to move my stop loss to entry. I'm going to add another take profit on this. I know this trade already happened, so it's easy to play out, but, you know, whatever. This is how you learn and practice, and, you know, that's why we have this spot, for educational purposes, man. Learn how to trade, and oh, 5%. We're going big. Honestly, usually somewhere around between 3 and 5%. I like to take a big chunk. That's just personal opinion there. So what are we at? 85%? 70, 85, yep. Look at me, I'm a math wizard. Watch out. Oh, then we're gonna go big when it drops 80%. We hit 14,000. No, I'm just kidding. Realistically, you know, I'd probably done something like that, right? Take profit here, take profit here. I probably would have done, you know, 3 actually, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'll take the final bit. Boom. I always like to take it all out eventually, even though you can leave some left over. Some people like to leave some just floating out there. You can do that, but I would recommend, like, if you do that, go ahead and like come in here and like cancel stuff, you know, so the bot stops monitoring it, and then create your own stop loss for it, so that way it doesn't like, you know, take a spot on your future trades if you actually have something that's like you plan on leaving in for like a month or longer. Because some people do that. Some people will start making trades, man, and then they just let them ride forever. Either way, or the bot will just follow it. It just takes a slot. Bybit only allows you so many. So let's add the confirmations we wanted, right? So what did he say? 12-minute bearish. Yes. I know this gives you the option for false. I have never used it, and I have run the bot more than anyone because I guess I'm the original. So I don't know. This is just the way we feed our database, right? Because if the momentum is not bearish, then it will say false in the database. So that way, when the bot says, "Hey, is bearish momentum true?" No, it's false. Okay, I won't take the trade. It's really all that's there for. I thought about removing these, but who am I to not, you know, see a way to use this? Maybe someone else will one day, and I'll be like, dude, that's genius. So whatever, there it is. It stays there, but I know that confuses some people. Okay, there it is. What else did he say? Not 1 minute. I mean, you could. So 1 hour. Value true. Okay, and then he also said the 12, right? So 12. Did I already do the 12? Yes. So we're doing the 4 hour. Bam. True. All right. So these are the things we want. Okay, so when we come into trading view, right, and as we come up right here, we're looking for bearish momentum. So on this trade, I think honestly, I think this one was set up with 1 hour and 12-minute, but I don't remember exactly. So let's just go back here. Boom, there it is. So as soon as we start to come down, it's going to start seeing this. It's going to start seeing it as bearish when the momentum starts to dip. Okay. Am I even drawing? I was drawing. Okay. Can we? How about yellow? There we go. Yeah. So right here, we're not bearish. We're even not bearish right on this wick, which I think our price was at the 200, which was down here. So when it came down, it started to see the momentum coming down. That's where the bot notices that the momentum is starting to move bearish. Okay, so we're going to be building in an actual divergence indicator eventually into our system. We have a design and everything. But for the moment right now, the assumption is price is coming up and momentum is coming down, okay? So it basically knows it's a divergence because you asked it to look at the momentum at this level, okay? So when we come down, actually it looks like we came down right here. So right here it came down and it hit, and there was just enough bearish momentum to notice that the price had come up, and then we're starting to have a little bearish momentum, so it actually took this trade. Alright, so that's how that works. And so yeah, what you would do is we would copy this, we would come into our alert over here, right? And we would copy our URL in here, right? Let me show you that real quick. So you want to copy your webhook, so you click copy. You come over here, you highlight all this here, and then you copy that in, okay? Give an alert a name, something that's helpful, so that way you can reference it later, because maybe it does take a day or two. I've had stuff sit in the bot for like a week, and then it finally came to that level, and it made my trade for me, and I was like, wait, why'd the bot fire? What? Why am I getting this? And I go and look, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I had a trade set up right here. Let me tell you, it's great. So then I would just copy that in there like that. Sorry, I thought someone was knocking on my door. Let's see. Okay, so now we got all these confirmations in here, and then we would just click create, and as soon as price, you know, hits this level, it's gonna fire. Okay. So that's one way of setting up a J trade. Honestly, if you're setting up a scalp of his, let me just go over the difference real quick. And this is just in my paper trading world. Boom. So we had a scalp down here, and for screen's sake, right, it's at this was at what, 40,000? Okay. So if I'm looking at a scalp, I think this. Oh, hey, get out of here. Give me my tool. Ah, yes. I completely missed this trade 100%. I did not get this. I think some people did. I remember some people posted this one. So on this scalp here, really what I recommend when I'm doing scalps is this is definitely even lower, right? Because I don't want to get burned. And then it's usually a little bit more because I don't want to pay too many fees. And then this usually is more, and it's actually like 1.5. And then from there it doesn't really matter, right? You can just fill these out to do whatever you want. But usually if I'm scalping, I try and take a huge percent out, and then, you know, hey, maybe I go for gold on one or two, right? And so yeah, so that's really what I recommend on scalping, is not being greedy. Which, I mean, there is greed in this, and I think that's sometimes a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's like a slot machine. You know, it's definitely, you know, you got to be real about that. So I recommend just, you know, that's why I love this pot so much, because you can pre-plan, and how much less emotion is involved when your plan is laid out for you and programmatically carried out. You know, because I can't tell you how many times I've sat here and watched, you know, the price just like, you know, start to pump up and down, and, you know, like it just drives you crazy when you don't have everything in place already. When you have it all in place, it's all sitting in your, you know, in your buy bit, just like ready to go. It's got all of your take. It just, to me, there's such a safety net there. So that's my recommendation for scalps. Usually I use like the 6-minute momentum, and I like to use the 3-minute money flow. Right? It's just what I like to do. There's times where you're going to miss a trade because it comes down, the money flow looks like total garbage. You know? Right here, total garbage. But then as soon as it starts to move up, right around here is where I want to take my trade. So that's just me. There are tricks you can do for this kind of stuff, right? Let's just say, for example, I don't think this was the actual... It wasn't the 40,000 trade, but let's just pretend that this was an actual scalp that we were looking at. I'm pretty sure this is not a level, but let's just pretend it is, right? And if I drop my line here, right, because this is what I'm anticipating, is I am anticipating price coming down, hitting this level, and bouncing off, okay? So what I can do when I set my alert is I can say BCT is crossing up, okay? So what I just did right there is price is going to cross down. It's not going to fire my alert. It's going to ignore it until price is coming back up. Okay? So now what I'm doing is I've kind of like removed myself from this giant wick, which I know the wick was back here. But I'm just saying, like, I removed myself, and if it just kept dumping, it's never going to fire this alert now because I said it has to cross up. So there's a lot of things you can do like that. You know, there's actually, this has saved me a few times. So, yes. That's one way to do it. There's the wick, right? There you go. So, crossing down, it wouldn't have done it crossing up. Now, if you got a wick that's coming in and kind of like pumping like they do, you know, when there's a lot of like liquidations and a lot of, you know, whales buying, and if, you know, we've got a giant order sitting here and it just bam, 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 it might just, you know, it might just go ahead and fire anyway, but at least you're asking for price to be coming back up. So that's just a little tip. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. That's actually why we integrated this into Bybit so much, because of this right here. And I'm going to stop for a moment and take a look at some, you know, what am I talking about? This stuff right here, your guys' wonderful comments. And you guys are awesome, seriously, let me tell you. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to ask one time, where's the music level? Sound good? Too loud? I can barely hear it in my ears, so I don't know where it's at for you guys. I can't hear the chat, that's right. Let's see, that's good at the moment. If it's less than an Autobot, well, I'll show you how to do an Autobot completely. It's not, I actually have Autobots running constantly. And really ones I hope to share. I have one that I'm, you know, some people know about, actually almost everybody knows about. The super secret sauce scalper. That one's actually being put together by a team. Oh, here we go. Hold on. See, this is why we're a team, right? That swing trade I was telling you guys about. Boom. These are the take profits. So, and then there was a good one down there. So there's the swing trade. Thank you, Southpaw, for sending that to me. He's one of my admins. Also my father. Amazing guy. Hard worker. He helps with a lot of stuff. So that was the swing trade results there. Yeah, we're working on doing confirmation signals, like for the TP. I think that's what you mean, like where it hits. You know, let's just say you wanted to take profit when it hit the 200. That's coming. We actually used to be able to do that, and I had Autobots that did that and traded on Fibonacci levels and all kinds of stuff. It would take profit like automatically. I called it auto magic. On fib levels, so yeah, that's coming in the future. We changed our system and that feature went away, but it was so powerful, we're going to integrate it back for sure. It's just taking time. And shout out to Borf Switch, man. If you guys really knew, you'd be even more excited. Like, he's a very humble man, very awesome, but he is extremely talented. Anyway. Like I said, if I scroll past your question and it's been a while, I don't always set up my alerts on the 1 hour. Usually I pick a favorite time frame. It doesn't really matter because you know, if you're like me, you're setting it up on, you know, $40,500 and $5.50, right? So it doesn't matter what time frame it hits that. But usually I pick a time frame and I pick a chart and I have all my alerts on that chart so I can see them. Another way, I want to teach you guys something. If I do this, right, and let's say I have an alert set up on here, and if I, you know, knowing me the way I do stuff, you know, I draw little happy smiley faces and, you know, big rocket ships because I'm making so much paper I don't know what to do anymore, right? And I right click. Come on. Right click. And I remove drawings. It removes that alert, and then it will also remove your alert from your actual alerts on the side. Okay? That's just something to be aware of. So if you're using horizontal line, Man, don't click that remove drawings. I've done it. I blew out a whole bunch of trades and I was like, oh man, I had to sit there and go back. That's why I have a dedicated chart for it. So what you can do is you can right click, you can add an alert. As you can see, I'm adding an alert at the value of this, right? And if I add this alert, right, let me, yeah, why not? Let's just, boom, it won't do anything. Create. So now this one is sitting over like this, and if I draw, and oops, oh, of course it'll delete that way. Goofball. Sorry, I have so many alerts on this count. I think I have 255 running right now. Sometimes it gets a little laggy. And if I remove drawings, this alert stays. Okay, so that's just a tip for you guys. So if I need to get rid of it, I think I can just right click, remove, boom. Okay, so that might be the best way to do it. You know, I don't know, I have an issue with horizontal lines. I'll try and get some help and get over it. Yes, if you set up the alert only once, you can miss the trade. So you can set up the alert crossing up, crossing down. You can set it up to only once per bar, so it can try multiple times. That's totally up to you. That's why a lot of times I like having, you know, the crossing up, right, for shorts on the horizontal line, and you can just do once per bar close, or you can do once per bar. Once per minute's obviously not a good idea, but you know, once per bar close, it'll try it. Did it meet? Did it meet? Did it meet? You know, it'll try it. So you'll pretty much trade every single time it goes over there. The only problem with that is if you end up with, you know, like if you hit like 5% of your account and it hit like 10 times, now you've got half your account on the trade. So good thing it's paper, but you get what I'm saying. Alright, going through the chat. Answered that question. You can miss your limit entry. Yeah, I like to market. Especially with Autobots, guys. I like to market. You know, like a lot. So I pretty much always market now, but I limit out, so. So someone asked about BCT USD versus BCT USDT. So which one would be better? So if you're holding US Tether, then you're obviously going to want to trade the BCT USDT Tether, right? Because you're holding dollar, but you'll buy Bitcoin in your trade, and then you trade your Bitcoin, and you sell out to dollar. If you are if you're a Bitcoin hodler or holder, like some people I know, then you're going to want to, you hold Bitcoin, you bet with your Bitcoin, and then you get Bitcoin back. So that would be an inverse. So then you'd want to use this chart. So there are some slight differences. There are times that like the Bitcoin will USD will actually hit the level, and then in Tether it'll miss the level, or vice versa. I've actually most of the time we set up trades on both, and there's times that, you know, BCT USD hits the level and then the other one doesn't, or vice versa, but most of the time it's pretty darn close, right? Is there a way to do take profit 1 by percent and then the next take profit at exact price? Honestly, the way I would do that, I think you're going to have to choose one or the other, but if you're like, hey, I want my exact price to be $4,000 or $40,004, then it's 0.84. So you would in my opinion, you would pick percentage, and then you would measure it out manually. I know that's probably not the best answer you wanted, but that's what I would do, and I think that's what we have at the moment. Maybe in the future we'd be able to handle both. Okay, so is there a way to make confirmations in the drop-down menu to have constant ascending and descending or descending location? I don't understand that one. So if you don't mind, pop in a little bit more in the chat if you're still on. And, you know, let's, we'll dive into that, right? If you guys are posting in the Discord, I'm not really watching it right now. Let me just check. Live stream chat. Yeah, there's a few. Okay, I see. People were just asking. Okay, just checking. Let's see. What's your best scalp strat that you can share? I'll share a little bit with that. Scalping's hard because the R&R, right? The risk to reward ratio. But scalping is honestly where it's at too at the same time. It's just, it can be difficult. We did build a bot. We actually built a bot that scalped, what is it, March? Yeah. I think right here. It scalped 100% close up this whole leg right here. It was gnarly. Kind of started to run into some scalping issues in here, so we're working on filtering that. I mean, we're still like way in the green, but this whole leg right here was just, we couldn't believe it. So that's the secret sauce scalper. It was ridiculous. That was the P&L I sent to Jay, and that was actually only half the P&L because I didn't even turn it on my account until I had seen a bunch of other stuff. We had it on another account. But so, well, you'll never close that. Like, that's just impossible. But for this whole leg we did, and it was just pretty gnarly. That's the only bot we're going to keep like secret, and the only reason really why. One, I really want to give you guys something, you know, that's like just super cool for being a part of the community, but also it changes. Like, there's a team that works on building this. It's not just one person. It's not just one strat. It kind of constantly changes a little bit. So, like, when we hit these market conditions again, you better believe it. We know exactly what we're doing. When it starts to go this way, you know, starts to hit the bear market, we kind of need to figure that out, filter it a little bit better. We have some ideas, and I, you know, ran some math, and we actually have a program that it's kind of like back testing, but it's a custom built program by one of my bot analysts, is what I call him now. So pretty cool stuff. Very cool stuff. So let's see. Once your bot has entered a trade, you can then take control of the bot and run it manually. Yes, I do that all the time. Absolutely. So let's do that, right? Let's, feeling testy, we're gonna go, oh, we had a big, massive drop on this 5 minutes, so let's go long. Don't do TA like that, that's terrible. Stop loss, 0.3. Take profit, 0.2, which this would be the worst R&R, right? So we'll touch on that really fast, okay? If I lose, here, actually let's do the math, right? If I lose, I'm going to lose twice as much as I win. Okay, if I make 50 bucks here, I'm going to lose $100 here. So for this to even break even, I have to close it at what? What would that be? 75%? Or no, yeah. So if I did a 50, if I won 50-50, I'm losing money. Just flat out. This is a 25% close at closing 50-50, right? because out of 10 trades, if 5 of them make $50, but then 5 of them lose $100, you know, you're just getting killed, right? So that's something to consider when you're scalping. You know, I've built bots at close like really good, but the R&R is terrible, and it ends up being like, oh, I'm winning 53% of the time. This is just no good. So I want to go over a little bit of that in a little bit more depth. Okay, so, but you know what, just for testing purposes, we're going to do this. We don't need to take profit 2. I don't need any confirmations, right? So if I say, what are we doing? We're going to go long, right? Feeling testy. This was an April Fool's joke for Jay. It's kind of funny. It's still there. Boom, right? Love how fast that is. So we had I brought in a bot expert, right? Another YouTuber, amazing guy. That's all he does is YouTube bots, and I demoed this for him, and he was so blown away how fast it was. And so, you know, just even more kudos to Borf Switch, man. It's just amazing. So now that I have this open, right, I can come in here and be like, yeah, you know what? I want to go ahead and take profit. Give me that profit, right? And my bot will actually still continue to function, right? Let me, actually, let me add another take profit, okay? Alright, so, here, let's just do 0.5. We're going to do 50%. Okay, we can't do 150% take. That would break the bot, obviously, because the math doesn't work out. So this does need to work. Oh, let's go long, man. I'm feeling testy. Let's go. Bam. Anyway, so the person that saw how fast our bot was like blown away and said, you know, he had people that would fight over it because they can't scalp with the bots that they use. Because the delay is so big, they can't do it. So, yeah. I didn't, I mean, I had done a lot of 3 commas and a lot of Pinex and a lot of those little bots like that, and RSI bots and all kinds of stuff, but, and I guess there was a lag, I just didn't know because I didn't know that there was anything different, but, yeah. So, was it David Tech? I don't know if he'd want me to say, but yeah, he's a super cool guy, man. So see how it changed my order successfully. Actually, you guys didn't see that because it happened in the far corner. You may or may not have. I don't know. We'll see. So this is my bot, and my bot is tracking these orders. Well, if I move this here, and it hits, my bot's still gonna know that that is, you know, the thing, right? So. You know what? I'm gonna leave this right here, because if this comes up and hits, this should go ahead, even though I've messed with it, it should go ahead and move this to entry if we get this massive pump right here. Because I'm telling you, this would be one massive pump. Yep, look at that. Whew. Man. Alright, anyway. So we'll kind of see if that plays out for a minute, and maybe we'll go over something kind of boring like R&R. So let's do this, right? Let's come here. This is winrate.io. If you guys don't know, yes, David Tech is awesome. Let me tell you, super cool guy, man. Mad respect. So if I were to take my starting balance of $1,000, right, and we're gonna watch this in the background, and hopefully we'll see it, right? So if I have, let's just say I have $100,000 in my account, right? This is how I use this website. I'm going to be putting $100 on my account as a trade, right? Because that's 1%. Oh, let's see, let's go. So remember, I moved this all over the place, right? Come on. Wow. All right. It's playing with me. You know what? We're going to do this. Ready? Boom. Okay, come on. Just take it. There you go. Wow. What are you doing? Close it. Don't ever trade like this in real life. It's terrible. Don't ever chase the market. It'll drive you insane. Okay, so we're just going to try and patiently wait for that now. So I'm going to start with $100. I got $100,000 in, right? But I'm going to do $100 per trade. And this is where my take profit is 2%. My stop loss is 2%. If I make 100 trades at 10x leverage, okay, what's my strategy going to look like? I'm closing 60% of my trades, right, in the green. You see this? Shows you potential for huge drawdown. Okay, so I started with 100. Well, here I'm sitting with $41. I go all the way up to $246, but then I come all the way back down to $30. And the reason why, I love this website, you can have these huge sections of drawdown. Look at this. Bam, 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 bam. You're just losing every time. Okay? So, I mean, look at this. I mean, these are, it's potentially randomized, right? It's because it's just potential. You can just run strategy over and over again. You know? So, when you're building a scalp strategy, you can come in here and it's like, whoa, man, if I take profit at 0.8, right? Because that's early. And that brings my win percentage up to 75%, you know. Let's see what that's going to do. But my stop loss is 2. So when I run strategy, I've lost money. You can see when I lose, I'm losing $22. When I win $6, right? So there's a lot of wins that you have to get to absorb these losses. So it's really important to understand this. So a 90% strategy, let's just say I find a 90%, that's 0.8 and 2, right? It's looking a little better, right? Because you're winning most of them. See, you win, loss. Win, loss. See? Look at all these wins. Look at all that. There's lots of room to cover your losses. But look. When you do lose, it's $144. So you take 2 or 3, 4 of those in one shot, whoo, you're in rough shape. So this is a website that I recommend, especially for scalping, right? So let's say, right, you see this 90% win rate, okay? Oh, look, see? It moved it. Bam. Okay? Saw it out of the corner of my eye. So even if you move stuff and play with stuff, the bot will, you know, recalculate, okay? But if you cancel, that's different. That's on you. All right. I've done that too. I've been like, you know what? Boop. I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna cancel this. Boop. And I'm gonna make my own stop loss. That's just an option. You know, we like to leave things open for you. All right. So let's finish this real quick. So let's say I find one that is a. So this is a 90% win rate here. But if I do something like this, okay. But it drops me down to 70% close, right? This is what I'm looking at. See, it's definitely still more smooth, right? It's still more of a steady climb, and that's really what I try to look for when I'm trying to build a scalper or a swing. See, this is why swings are so big, guys. Okay? With a swing, I can have a big stop loss. But let's just say my take profit averages at 5, right? I take some, but overall my strategy averages at 5% take profit. Steady climb. Okay? Just saying. So this is a very powerful website. You can even go to advanced settings. and you can max size position, you can randomize it or not, you can market, limit, you know, take profit orders, entry, see, entry, market, take profit, limit. So it's automatically doing that. So if I say, well, what if I market everything? Then your fees just went through the roof. Okay. So good website, check it out. Let's go through. All right, so you're asking about the 1 hour money flow. Okay. I can explain that. So if I go to the 1 hour, I actually have 2 money flows set up on that, right? One is the money flow green or is it red, right? Maybe you only want to take longs on your scalper during green money flow on the 1 hour. So all of this, and then of course you start getting wrecked. But that's the life of market, right? So all of this is in the green. The other money flow measures the last 5 bars, okay? You know what? Let me get a trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so about that, okay? So this little bar will measure, go back here, where'd you go? The money flow, right? So right here, obviously money flow was going up. But once it got up here, money flow is going down. So it just kind of keeps measuring the money flow in the direction that it's currently at, right? And it's looking at 5 bars. So that's the 1 hour money flow. And I'm trying to remember how I set up the VWAP. I can't remember. Wow, that's pretty rough. Yeah, it's actually a good idea. Let's post this in the chat. Win rate IO. That's actually a good one. Great tool to have. Cool. Yeah, thanks for your patience on your questions, guys. VPN. So, the bot communicates with Bybit without an issue. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I like VPNs all the way around anyway. I'm an IT guy, so I appreciate, like, not being slammed with ads alone, you know, so I kind of like always run a VPN, you know, because if I Google search, you know, like webcam, I don't want to see webcam every time I turn around, you know. It feels like you're being watched, and that's just me. So yeah. But you're good to just fire from the website without a problem. All right, so let's go to the 30-second time frame and let's talk about an Autobot, right? The exact definitions. I went over them in a video. It's really the best place we have right now. We are going to be working on like PDFs and things. It's just kind of hard right now because if we like set something in stone in a PDF, I'm most likely gonna have to go back and you know, fix it later. Which, you know, we're gonna create a system, but you can just ask in the chat, ask me. The YouTube channel, I tried to make like 2-minute videos so you didn't have to sit through like this long stream just to figure out money flow. So I probably need to update that with a VWAP video because I don't think I have that one in there. But yeah, we'll try and get some of that a little more organized. There are many strategies in TV. Why can't you set an alarm for them? You absolutely can, 100%. So let's see. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna steal this web page over here for a second. Sorry, I just had to go over a few things here. Let's see. So if we were going to build an Autobot, for example, right? You know what? We said we'd go over the DBSI, right? So let's go ahead and look at that. So I'm going to be like making up this strategy. So this is not a recommended strategy. All right, I just want to say that clear. You see on the little live stream, this is testing. Do not try at home. Yeah, for sure, don't try this because this is like pulling this out of my hat and having no idea what it does. So let's say we wanted to like long the EMA every time the price comes up, right? Like you could do that. Actually, no, we said DBSI, sorry. So let's do the 3 minute. Let's get good old Market Cipher DBSI out. See if we can figure this out. I have not even looked at this. So I don't even know what I'm getting myself into here. Here we go, Market Cipher, DBSI, boom. And I'm gonna throw this on the chart too, but I'm gonna get rid of it for the moment, right? Okay, so let's see what kind of options we have in here. Actually, I need to right click, add an alert to Market Cipher DBSI. There's a long entry and a short entry. Okay, so looking like we're coming up, so we're going to do short entry. I'm going to say once per bar close because we'll have this thing fire, right? And so since this is a short entry, right? Hold on a second, I need to... Oh wait, actually I have it back here. So this is my feeling test day, copy. I'm going to move this over here, off screen a little. Control A and copy. And we're going to do DBSI test, right? And what do we have here? Is this the, yeah, good, perfect. This is a little scalper. So let's copy that. Let's come back here and we're going to drop this in here, right? Okay, but actually I think I want some confirmations, right? I want to, we're on the 3 minute. Boy, I was trying to do it so it would actually fire. So confirmations, how about we're going bearish? So 1 minute bearish momentum. I can already tell you I need to fix that short. So 1 minute bearish momentum, right? We're going to keep it simple. Value, true. Boom. So let's copy this now. Let's come back, right? Okay. So let's go over this. We're going to sell BCT USDT, and we're going to short it, right? We're going to sell it. We're going to mark it in. 10x leverage. I think I'm at, what, 3% balance. Percent to sell here, percent. So these are my take profits. And this stuff I just left default. Market stop loss percent 0.2, so our risk is not too high. And I want 1 minute bearish momentum to be true. So if on the 3 minute I get a market cipher DBSI, which actually, hold on, I need to go ahead and do that before I forget. Bearish momentum on the 1. So let's create that. I think that's good. I'll double check it. Okay. So when we go to market cipher DBSI, there's a long entry and a short entry, right? So long entry candle score on the short is what I'm worried about right now. I'm gonna set this. You know what? I'm gonna set it. I think CryptoFace is 12, but I'm gonna set it to 12. Or I'm sorry, he says 14. I'm gonna set it to 12, just so hopefully it'll hit. Long-term trend. So this is just looking how far back it goes. So I'm gonna say okay to that, right? So now if we get a 12 up here when we close, there's a 15 there, right? And there was a 15 there. And the 1 minute money flow is bearish, then we should get a short, okay? So, for example, this is how I tend to backtest, right? So we got a 15 here on this candle close. So if I go to the 1 minute, the 1 minute momentum was bearish, right? So it would have taken that trade, right? So to explain, it will see the momentum as bearish for 50 bars going this way, right? So as soon as it goes below 25, it is no longer considered bearish, right? I cut that off because I did not want my bot to take a short when we're down here. I mean, there's times that would work out, but no, I'm good. I don't want to be shorting down here. I want to short the top, right? I don't want to short the bottom. So that was why I built that in, or why I had that built in, I guess. All right, let's see. So now we have a simple scalper set up that I do not recommend on the 3 minute market cipher DBSI. When a candle closes, you know, below 12, right? Oh, boom. Closed on an 8. That's interesting. So it definitely fired, maybe because it had a score. I need to learn more about this this DBSI because it just shorted, didn't it? Yeah. Wait, is that a long? What have you done, DBSI? So the momentum definitely on the 1 was bearish, and so looked like it took that short. Interesting. I've never messed with DBSI. On the 3 minute market cipher short entry. I guess it just oh, I bet you I did. Okay, because I created the alert. This is what happened. Because I created the alert before I changed it to 14. This is actually seeing the short entry as anything below 7. That's what happened. Totally makes sense. Okay, that does make sense. Well, I mean, that was actually a good test because we did close. So the only problem with this strategy is it is going to, you know, short, short, short. Anything that the red is above 7, it's going to short, 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 short. You know, so like I said, it's not. It was a strategy for testing. It's not a strategy for, you know, that this was just for testing. So hopefully that'll help you DBSI traders out there. I really want to look into this because, man, CryptoFace and Flopping Groper and all those guys have done just such a great job on this, especially on higher time frames. You know, it can be, you know, such a great indicator to start implementing in. I just have not had the time to do so, but would love to figure out a strategy for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that off the chart. I'm gonna drop this off the chart. I'm gonna leave this. This thing's gonna fire and fire and fire and fire. I'm gonna let it fire for a little bit while we work on some other stuff. Just to kind of like let it go, right? See how just to see how, you know, it works with a Autobot. Okay. So 3 hour. So what I am doing on the 3 hour right now is I am trading the 200 EMA on the 3 hour. Okay. When we come above, when we're crossing up on the 3 hour, I long. When we cross down, I short. It's that simple. Now, honestly, it wasn't that simple to set it up that way, but that's what I'm doing. So like right here, I got, where was this, April 20th? Yeah. Okay, so this one I got wrecked. I got wrecked coming up. Actually, no, because this one, I have like a stop in there. Let me kind of get my brain wrapped around what I'm doing here with this, so I can share it with you guys. So where are my... Oh, that's right. I didn't do it on this one. I did it on this one. Almost all my testing is done on Tether. So let's see. Let me sort alerts with current time interval as well. Oh, man. See, I'm such a goofball, man. I did this on Luna. There they are. Okay. Alright, so what I did on Luna, once per bar, which could fire like crazy, right? It really could. Let's go back to position. So we got a long and a short. I think this was the one we had open, and then here's the shorts that fired. So, okay. Crossing down on the EMA is going to EMA bear swing short, right? And hold on a second. Those are my alerts. Ah, okay. So, wow, I forgot I made it this complicated. Alright. So what you guys are going to be able to do in the future, which we're working on right now, is building a database where you guys can send your own indicators in, right? So on my EMA, when I cross down the EMA, right, I'm trying to bear swing short. So it fires off a value that goes into the database, right? After it's in the database on the value, then I am looking for, is it on the 6 minute? Yeah, here we go. So I am starting to look for a swing blood diamond, right? So these are the kind of bots you guys can build, right? For example, 3 hour, here's the 200 EMA coming down, right? So on the next 6 minute blood diamond, here, let's see. Came down, right? The next 6 minute blood diamond is when it will trade. And what I mean by blood diamond is market cipher. Market cipher A. Boom. So trade, trade. Probably means I should check my account. I'm probably in 2 trades. So these trades, right? Where's my blood diamond? Right here, right? So here's the script for this, and this is not advice at all, okay? So 30% leverage, I think I'm at a 3%, right? It's kind of hard to read, but it is what it is. Here, I'll pull it out so you guys can see it. Boom. Alright, so I'm gonna Luna, I'm gonna sell it, 30% leverage, percent to sell 20, I'm gonna sell 20% at the 0.05, and I'm going to move the stop loss, yes, because it says skip stop loss, move, false, so I'm gonna move it. And then percent to sell at 3%, 10% at 5.5, so as you see this is a big swing, right? 8, and then the last bit of it 14, okay? This was meant for like serious swing trades. Okay, so I have a confirmation down here of the EMA down, CD down, which is just something I put into the database that has a TTL, which is a time to live. So to explain that, as soon as we cross down the 200 EMA on the 3 hour, it starts to hunt these blood diamonds, and as long as we get this blood diamond, this is where my trade will enter. Okay, so this is my trigger. It's like, hey, we're ready, we're active for the next, you know, I forget how long I did it, like 6 hours, whatever it is. For the next 6 hours, every 12-minute blood diamond short, and it's going to short into this swing. Okay, so it would have shorted here, it would have shorted here, right? And for the next, so what time was this? So 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So about here, it's going to shut off, okay? Until we go above or below the EMA again. So that's just a really cool strategy. You do need to be careful with these kind of strategies because they are auto. And they are just mathematically dumb. They only do what you tell them to do. So you need to make sure your math is good. That's why we only paper trade. But hopefully that kind of, you know, gives you guys an idea of how powerful this is. Now, right now, unfortunately, you guys can't feed the database like we can, but we are working on that right now. So that way you guys can send your own custom indicators in like that. And I hope I'm in these 2 shorts. I hope this bot's working correctly, because I like the looks of what I'm seeing. So far that bot has done well. It's only taken a handful of trades, but it has done well. I know the testnet does this. We always recommend trading with paper, because if you trade secure, you know, like real money, you know, you're gonna lose. Like 95% of traders fail. I do like to, not recommend it, but I do like to test on with, you know, with a real account with maybe just a little bit of money in it to make sure it works, because of these wicks right here. It can mess with your, you know, your actual strategies and stuff. But we only paper trade, so it's not a big deal. Okay. I see a couple of you guys are asking about the bot. It is still in beta. Technically, I would call it private JSON Casper VIP. So if you go to Jason Casper, here, let me. You can get access to the bot by going to his website, joining his VIP, and there's potential for you to get the bot in there. What I say potential, but you can definitely get in, and it is a discounted price right now. We're going to be having some copy trading, and we're also going to be having community auto trading bots and stuff. So when I say seating is limited, we know how that goes, but it should be good. There's plenty of room right now. I did post. Okay, yeah, I did post the link. Okay. So it only enters once when the diamond prints, because that's what I asked for when I set up the alert, right? You could do once per bar, and as soon as it flashes, it'll kick you in, and then it won't reprint, but that bar may print without a diamond, and we understand that, right? Once per bar close is like only if that diamond prints will I enter a trade in the next candle. Period. So that's really what I go for. Like this one right here, printed, so I would have entered right there. Actually, that would have been a sweet one, right? Because boom, I would have been locked in profit. That's what I'm talking about. See, this one is designed to lock profit and then break even. But a lot of times when we cross that EMA, we get stuff like this, man. Like, it just like goes. I mean, when we came above and below, that's actually a cool board game, by the way, Above and Below. One of the coolest board games out there. Like, look at this. I was actually in this. Bam, 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 bam. Got chopped up and then just boom, and it just came way down. I was like, "Alright, matey, look at my Luna. It is crashing down. I make money." Paper money. Alright, that was my pirate voice for the day. I've had enough caffeine. I have no talent in that area. So, we came above. I mean, these moves aren't small, right? I mean, that's not small. That's an 8% move. So I would have hit my 8%, that I have on here. I don't remember if I did. I think I got stopped out, actually. I think it hit me at the 3, but still, I made money. That's all that matters. Paper money. Making that paper. It's a fun hobby, trading paper. But, I mean, like, look at this. I was not in this one. This was the testing I did, and I ran the numbers here. And when I ran the numbers, I was like, are you joking me? You see why I'm taking profit at 14%? That's exactly why. Alright, anyway. So I really just fired this bot up. I don't recommend it. But maybe it's something I'll post for you guys in the Discord. So if you want to, alright, hold on. Let me back up just a little. So without the DB market feature, the Autobot trades fire on every bar. So I guess I don't quite understand that one completely, but for example, if I was to come in here and right click on the 3 hour and go to the market cipher blood diamond once per bar close, that means once after the bar closes, if it actually printed a blood diamond, then it will fire the bot or fire my indicator or whatever I set up. So we're working on the indicator thing. So there's red X, yellow X, like if I'm in a long and I set the yellow X, like maybe I want to sell out on the yellow X. That's something we're talking about in the future. But yeah, once per minute, every time this I mean, it would trade you like every single, like minute. Every time it's like, oh, there's a blood diamond, boom, trade. The minute later, blood diamond, boom, trade. So you gotta be careful. You gotta read these. The alert will trigger every time the condition is met. You might even want to go to like tradingview.com and go into their documentation and read it and understand. I have these like for the indicators that we use, that you guys are like using for confirmations, because I want it to fill our database and be as accurate as possible. When I'm setting like, oh, I want to trade on my blood diamonds, well, I'm really going to go for once for bar close. One, I don't want it to flash and then go away. Like, how many times have we seen a big boy 4-hour bit boy green dot just like boop, and then it flashes and you're like, yeah, and then the candle closed and you're like, wait, what happened? So I like once per bar close. You guys read your documentation and see what fits your strategy best. Maybe you're willing to risk it on your strategy, because maybe you'd get in a little earlier, so that's really up to you guys for sure. What was the 30-second strategy you were going to show? That's the one I did set up earlier. It's not really a strategy, it was just an example, so I would not use it. Oops, I think it was I have traded off of the 30 seconds, but not autobot. I couldn't imagine setting an autobot on this because holy cannoli. I think you'd get eaten alive, to be honest. Like if I did every 30-second blood diamond, I guess that would have worked. That would have worked. That would have worked. But I mean, look at this. Like, you would have traded all that, but then you would have traded this and just gotten wrecked. But it's nice to be able to set up an autobot on the 30-second time frame, which it looks like I deleted my alerts for it, for this one that we were testing. To come in here and go, oh, I want to do blood diamonds on the 6-minute, and I want to confirm that with the 24-minute money flow. You can set that up on your test net, and you can make sure that, like, so, alright, let's do a quick example, right? Green. Alright, let's do momentum, right? So, well, hold on, let's go to the 1 hour. And we're going to look for red money flow to right here, right? So all this is red money flow, okay? Actually, I like this one better. It's a little bit bigger. So, during red money flow, bam. Inside of this area, because we're asking for red money flow on the 1 hour, we're going to try and short 12-minute blood diamonds. So I would mark that area, and boom, right here, right? So I'm going to short all blood diamonds in here, right? So this is just an example. Great trade. Not great trade. Probably not a great trade. Yep. Probably would have gotten stopped out. Would have gotten stopped out. These, depending on how... Yeah, see, you would need a stop loss a little bit bigger than like 1.5%, but if you were doing a 3 to 1, or I'm sorry, a 1 to 2, then that would probably work out because it drops 3%, but then you would have gotten wrecked on these. So that's why I like to pick a strategy and stick with it for sure. So yeah, you pretty much would have bought the bottom right here, and you would have went up. Yeah, you know, the stop loss is kind of there, but then if it, you know, if you could have survived that stop loss, you would have been fine. You would have been in profit, and actually that would have profited. This one came all the way down and then opened right here. So this is how you can decide, right, on what to do. So maybe you're like, all right, so the 1 hour and the 12-minute, it's just too spread, right? It's too far. So let me try and do the 24. So you can come in, you can look at the 24, and come back to our section. There we go. There it is. And there it is. Oh, would have missed that one. That would have been good. So you would have caught this. That would have been fine. See, it was this area right here. This area right here was giving a lot of false signaling, right? Oops. Get out of here. So, but there are a few less trades here. Blood diamond, so would have caught right here. The stop loss is definitely a little tighter, so you see it's a little bit better of an entry on this one. So if your stop loss was enough, it would have come down, it would have, you know, hit profit. So these two, depending on when you take profit, let's grab the bottom. You know, it's a little short. But these are the kinds of bots you can build. So far, I really like the 3-hour EMA. So Crypto Tom says if we use blood diamonds, I mean, you can set it up on anything you want. You could do BCT, USD, blood diamonds, and you can set your script to trade whatever coin you want, right? So that's definitely possible. That's up to you, you know, because, you know, he's right that it may be different. You know, there are times when altcoins go up and Bitcoin goes down, you know, so, I mean, I recommend using the chart for the actual coin. I mean, that's what I do. You know, that's why I have 255 alerts on this account. I have almost 300 on another account. That's after cleaning up alerts. And then we're also feeding alerts from another account, so, you know, it's, yeah, we have a lot of alerts, but we're feeding a database, you know, so. Yeah, and see, confirmations on the smaller time frames could probably filter out those rise up. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff, right? So, you know, basically what he's saying is right here where we get ripped apart, if we were to actually use like a 6-minute momentum, you know, the momentum was probably moving up in this. Actually, all the momentum right here is moving up on the 24, you know, so you could have filtered these out just by adding, you know, the 24, you know, so absolutely, man. So, like when I'm trading Luna on the 3-hour EMA, I am definitely like using Luna, the correct chart. Like when I trade Bitcoin, I have done it where I trade BCT from the BCT USD chart, but that's my risk. I don't recommend it. Usually I match the chart to the exact coin just to keep it clean, to make sure the indicators are there, because it, you know, these indicators are reading more than just, you know, a little bit of what's going on. They're reading a lot. You know, it's like a crazy algorithm. Why so many alerts if it's just paper? Hey, you gotta pay them bills with the paper, man. So, alright. We did a J trade setup. I'd like to start a group project, okay? So let's do this together. After I read. After I read a few things over here off to the side. So let's pull this over, right? Crypto Fusion bot. Alright. I want to create a new text. I want to create a new text channel. Where to create it? Strategies. I think there's one that's in slow-mo. I can't remember which one is in slow-mo. But basically what I want to do is I want to create a channel where you guys are going to be able to post your recommendations for a strategy. right? And in that strategy, I will take some actual coin and move it into an account, right? So that way we don't have wonky, right? And I will run that for, roughly 2 to 3 weeks, and then I will share all the trades. So I'm going to create a channel in the Discord right now to do that, and don't rush it. Okay, I'll post in the channel like, how long we're going to do it, because I want like a voting period, and pretty much whoever strategy gets the most votes, I'm going to hook it up to an Autobot, with the auto logic, and yeah, we can figure out, how well it does. We can look at it, and I just think us being able to do that together as a community, one, is going to give people ideas who have never thought down this path, right? What I mean by that is, having the options that we have inside of TradingView with all of these different indicators, right? There's a lot of really good indicators out there. Mixing that with momentum, money flow, EMAs, above and below, and things like that, right? Thank you, Crypto Daddy. I'll clone that channel and we'll start it from there. So we can take our current indicators. Maybe there's a new indicator that you're like, man, if we could add this to this strategy, it would kick butt. And I can look at seeing what it would take to implement that into our database, right? Because I do have the ability to feed our database with custom stuff. That's how I did the 3-hour EMA trade, right? Which you guys are going to be able to do, and Borf Switch is busting his tail. Hopefully not this weekend though, because he's supposed to be taking some time with the family and doing some traveling and enjoying himself. So that's what he better be doing. But yeah, you guys will be able to feed the database in the future relatively soon to build your own custom, however you want to trade. If you want your blood diamonds to do a backflip into a, blue triangle, which then drops a bearish momentum and punches money flow in the eye and then makes your trade, boom, you guys will be able to do that. So, alright, let's do this. He said slow-mo enabled the J setups. Okay, so let's go to the J setups, and we're gonna clone channel, boom, and we're gonna do, what are we gonna call this? Strat, I don't know, strat building. We might rename it. We'll do this, we'll do that, right? We're gonna create channel, boom. So here's where you guys will be able to come in and say, hey, this is my strategy, right? If you want, include a little screenshot, in your script, that you can build from the website with all the confirmations, with your take profits and everything, right? Because I might take your strategy and then like filter it through winrate.io and try and find maybe a better win to risk to reward ratio, and we can finagle it, and then I'm actually going to put it on a live account to see how it does for fun, and we'll test that out. So you guys can feel free. This is a slow, you can't just like type and then just hit enter and then type again and then just keep going. It is a slow channel, slow-mo mode, which I'm not in anymore because I have plenty of caffeine in me. Good Cafe Bustelo. But I think this is what's going to be most powerful in this community. It's not me and what I can build, and it's not like Southpaw or Crypto Tom or Crypto Debt. It's not what they can do. It's what we all can do. I have had so many people ask me a question, and I've been like, that's a really, really good question. And that question led to something, that made the bot better. Or someone's just like, hey, I wish the bot could do this. And I'm like, now that you've said that, I wish it did too. Wish granted, feature added, just little things like that. So it's all about community. Yeah, long Bitcoin every time Peter tweets how bad it is. That is so true, man. I almost became an anti-FUD trader. Like when I'm scrolling YouTube and I start to see Bitcoin being banned, Bitcoin going to the floor, Bitcoin, I was like, maybe it's time to long. These guys are hating on it. A day later, blows to the roof. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. Anyway, yeah. So no financial advice here. We're just playing. We're having fun. We're experimenting with a cool bot that's, just fun to use and is educational. And I do recommend Jay's course. It's not just some plug. I am not just like Jay's friend, who's like, oh, dude, I'll promote you. I am someone who has been through his course and have seen the results of becoming a better trader because of it. So I am, yeah. I almost quit trading. And if it hadn't been for CryptoFace, Flopping Groper, I would have walked away. And if it hadn't been for Jay, I think I would have been too frustrated to actually learn how to do it correctly. So I highly recommend his course, and not just for his benefit or whatever, for the price. And I'm telling you, I looked for a lot of courses out there. There's just, the price is just so reasonable for what you get. And there's other stuff out there that you can pay 5 times as much or more. And it's just like, okay, I could have learned that like on YouTube, for free, but thanks. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, it really is worth the money, guys. It's not just a joke, it's not just a plug. I really believe in it, and there's a reason why we're all working together. He's a good dude, man. He actually really wants people to learn. It's pretty awesome. Alright. Enough about my man crush. We can move on. Alright. Love everything about this project and community. Finally get focused. That's awesome, bro. Man, I need to be where you are. I need to be able to focus more. I think I look at the trade results. Look at this. It's just crazy to me. I come in here and I'm so used to looking for the diamond. I gotta put some of the emojis back in. I come in here and I look at this stuff. I'm like, man, you guys trade more than I do. Like, this is so ridiculous. Crazy. And actually, I was posting pretty good about when the scalper bot would take a trade, but I've been really bad about it lately. So yeah, there's lots of good trades here, man. These guys are doing good. Stacking the old paper. Good night. It's crazy. So cool. Let's see. Let's look at the old 3-hour MA. Yeah, so we did go over the risk to reward. I really want that to sink in for you guys. And here's a great example, okay, of risk to reward right here. Okay, this was a level, and this was a level a lot of people traded. Alright, so if I have a line right here, okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, okay. Now, I'm looking for a swing trade at this level, right? This is not just some any average level. This, I know, is a very powerful daily, weekly, Fibonacci, golden pocket, whatever, right? I know this is a significant level, and if I'm seeing, bearish, build up, and I'm seeing this on larger time frames and money flows coming down and whatever, risk to reward ratio, let's say this was my stop loss, right? That's a pretty significant stop loss. Actually, not as much as I thought. Let's go 1.5%, right? Let's say my stop loss is 1.5%. Okay? And let's say that I have I don't know, whatever. Let's just say if I lose this trade, I lose 50 bucks. Okay? Of course, it's all fake paper money anyway, right? Well, if I'm looking for a swing trade, right, I'm going to come down. You need to lock in profit, right? You really do. So let's say I take some out here to lock it in, move my stop loss to entry to protect my paper. Okay, and then I come down, I take profit at another significant level down here. Seems a little far, but let's take a look. Nope, actually that's not bad, okay? Because this is a swing trade. These are the kinds of things I'm expecting. Alright, come down, it looks like there's an actual level right here, yep, so there you go. Take a little bit more profit out, okay? So, let's say you get down here. Let's say we just hit this last one, right? That's a 7% move, okay? I risked, well here, actually, let's just go into short position. Right here, boom, right? Now, like this, and oh, that was just about right, okay? I know you guys can't see this very well. Get out the way. There we go. Okay, so on this one, my total risk to reward ratio. Where is my risk to reward ratio? I think it's, I don't know where my brain is. I think it's a 3.92. I don't think that's right. So that's, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So I'm risking 50 to potentially gain, you know, a lot more, especially if you're leveraged, right? So that's how this works. If a 1-to-1 risk ratio is going to actually have me like down here, right? Because risk 50, gain 50. Okay, so I need to win more than 50% of the time for this to play out. If I double that, let's just say there's 100, and so let's just say there's 150, right? So now I can win 2 of these, lose 1, and I'm still way ahead. Okay, so that's just the kind of stuff win rate IO can help you with. Hope that wasn't too confusing. Yeah, thank you. It is 3.92. Appreciate that. Obviously, I don't use this very much anymore because I come here, I set it up, I've been here, I know what it is, you know, and then I just copy, paste, and let the bot do the work. So sometimes you gotta, you know, practice these skills, hone these skills, get on your charts, draw stuff. Remember how to use things. So, yep. And actually you would be down in even more profit down here. So, a lot of traders really look for a 1 to 2. So you risk 50, you want to make 100 down here somehow. You know, some people, you know, they like to do this, man. They like to get in tight. You know, they like to do a super tight stop loss, and now all of a sudden you're at 12 to 1, so, you know, you win 1, you know, you can lose a lot to make that up. So it's very important to understand those numbers, especially if you're building a scalper, because a scalper can run you in the ground fast if you don't have that correct. And you need to make sure it fits your actual strategy. You know, I can dream every time I get a red X that I'll get a 4-to-1 ratio, but that does not mean it's going to happen. I need to go back test, see what it looks like, and see if there is a potential for that. Let's see. All right. So yeah, you guys get in here. Oh wow, we already have a few. Oh no, these are trade results. I was like, wow, you guys are fast. Strat building. Can we win a free crypto bot T-shirt? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. We'll have to see about that. I don't have any merch. You guys can't see the comment. Let me move it up a little. Can we win? Maybe Southpaw can crochet us a CryptoBot sweater. It'd be like one of those gnarly Christmas sweaters with a big old CryptoBot Fusion logo on it. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, there's lots of strategies on YouTube that we can pick out, and you know that's the thing about all of these strats on YouTube is a lot of them, you know, do consider like multi-time frame, right? And we have the ability to do multi-time frame, so that's where that's great, you know, because I know in TradingView you can build custom indicators and stuff, but they can't do multi-time frame. And that's, you know, because you have reprinting issues, and those of you who, you know, are coders and you do that, you understand, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's how we, you know, got around this. Really was this like gnarly database on the back end that just absorbs information we give it, and it holds it for as long as we want it to, and you know we can customize it in any way. So it's pretty cool. A Crypto Fusion bot eye patch. You guys are hilarious. I love it. We need merch. I didn't think we were there yet. We're such small time. I know Jay's not. What we need is a Jay hat with a Pikachu on it. That's what we need. Any idea how we can use the strategy tester? I do not. I am a forward tester. That's why I will risk everything to put a little money in and forward test. And when I back test, I back test manually. I come in here, I analyze the blood diamond, I look when it would have printed, I pull. I mean, by the time I'm done, my chart is like so drawn on. I've got like the little emoji pictures everywhere. You know, I'm like, oh, take a snapshot of this because this is a good trade. You know, like seriously. And yeah, it gets kind of ridiculous, but that's the way I like to do it. It would be better if I knew how to do that. We do have a customized program that we ingest things into and pull data and drop it into Excel and run all kinds of stuff out of it, and that's a little different. Let's see. Yeah, so these swing high, swing low indicators, we can consider adding those into the bot. I really like to see how they function. Sometimes those indicators look very special and then they're just an EMA. So specifically, I'm not saying that one is, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. So, any idea how we can use the strategy tester to use market cipher indicators? So yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm tired of being a forward loser. Oh, I understand that. Yeah, I keep good track of things. I do have great success with Jay's setups and the bot. A lot of people do, and that's why we're working on the whole copy paper trading kind of thing, so you guys can see how that works and connect to it. So yeah, it's hard to make recommendations, but you can talk to us in the Discord. We can work things out. The best thing, really, I think this understanding your risk to reward is so critical, because there is a There's people out there that have a strategy that closes 55% of the time. And people are like, ew, that's terrible. But it's this. You know, your take profit's 5% and your stop loss is like 1.5. And you're like, dude, that's actually really good. You know, it's actually a really good strategy. And your potential for losing is kind of high, and you got to be willing to lose trades. And it can be hard, but when you win big. When you lose a little. See? Like, just these 3 trades. I lost, but I'm still up. So, that's what's hard. But that's why, you know, you paper test. I mean, look at this. $253, but you lose 103. And this is with fees. That's why I like this one. This is actually with fees. See, what hurts is when you do this. Bam, bam, bam. You lose like that many in a row. But hopefully, you do something like that. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, when you do something like this is where I would say, I need to move some of that to the side. Protect it. Be greedy with your money. Like, cherry pick your trades to where you're like, unless it's going to win, no. Which I know is hard. But swing trades, definitely the way to go. Making sure you're following that 1 to 2% risk, you know, so important. You know, actually, I'll show you guys something right now, which some of you have probably seen. I used to have this saved on my other system, and I had to beat it into my own head. And this is why day traders. Alright, so let's do this. Let me save image. Let me download it to here. Show in folder. Of course it pops up over here. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's gonna be really grainy, guys, sorry. Okay. Let this sink in, right? Like, and I'm talking to myself, preaching to myself for sure. If you lose 5% of your account, it takes 5.3% to make it back. Okay, if you lose 10%, it takes 11.1. Okay? If you lose 25% of your account, it takes 33% just to get back to where you were, just to cover your losses. If you lose 100 or 50%, it takes 100% to gain back. Okay? You see these numbers? This is ridiculous. This is why you have to stay way lower than this. A lot of people recommend 1 to 2%, especially if you're new. And don't do it. Don't enter these numbers. Your risk should never be up here. Ever, 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 ever. This would be insane. And to be honest with you, I've done this. I have been right down here. I have lost, you know, I've actually been liquidated completely in the past. Of course, it's just paper, so it didn't matter. But yeah. So this is something to let it sink in and realize that, you know, this whole risk thing, you know, whatever you've got in your account, you better treat it like it's diamonds. You know, you wouldn't just go throw diamonds across a table, you know, and just bet on red. So just my personal, you know, recommendations. So will we be able to use the copy Jason's trades functions and run strategies at the same time? Yes. Absolutely. Yep, I'm hoping to have... I see people saying, oh, I've been there. It's like, yeah. I'd love to say I'm such a good trader. I've never been there, but woo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Been wrecked. Doge killed me one time too. So, all right. So as you see, our bot fired. We are. Looks like we have an order. Oh no, we're good. It's open. Boom. We are massively in drawdown. Oh man, what are we gonna do? Yikes. Anyway. So it looks like our DBSI thing kicked in. So if we go to our 3-minute, oh, I don't have DBSI up. I have the market cipher A, so DBSI must be kicking in right here. It was probably this candle. So that's pretty much how the Autobot works, you know. And yeah, that's good. So I'm trying to think. I'm looking at the list. I think we've kind of covered everything. And we'll see, you know, if you guys have any questions. How many people do we currently have subscribed using the bot? I think we're just shy of 400 or so. I think. So, somewhere in there. Small group. That's the way we want to keep it. So, love this website. Take all my strategies I figured out. I start dropping it in. Then I start filtering. Like, well, what if I filter some out, right? End up taking less trades, but you know, I was my higher close percentage. What would have been my total outcome? You know, a little bit nicer of a slope instead of drawdown. So, yep, that's the way to do it. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. So the Luna EMA, that's pretty cool. Let me go over a couple of. So hundreds of people on trades is not going to. Hundreds of people is not really going to make or break the market. I'm pretty big on watching order flow, bookmap, and you know, I've done a lot in there, and I like looking at charts with, you know, other information, and you know, there is, dude, the amount of money. Really, where we would have to end up, where it would start to become a problem. It would just be so ridiculous, you know? Like, there is just so... There's times there's like hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just flying back and forth. Longs and shorts, just crazy. So, I personally don't think there's going to be a major issue. Now, if we sign up like 50,000 people, oh, I'm sure. But, I mean, there would be a cap somewhere, you know? But that cap's way bigger than we are right now, and it's so far out of reach, I'm not even worried about it. But, you know, our team understands, you know, the numbers of that kind of stuff, so we'll be cutting it off long before we get there. And I don't even know if we'd ever reach the numbers to be there to actually make a difference. It's pretty crazy. Especially with the customizable that we're going to have, like the customability, I guess is the word I was looking for. Because you are going to have your own private database that you're allowed to feed indicators into. And so your bot might only trade 6-minute bullish divergence, 3-minute money flow going up above the 300 or the 200 EMA, or above the 85 EMA on Bitcoin. And you're also going to look for, you know, DBSI above 10. Like, that's crazy, you know? You're probably going to be almost the only one buying in at that moment. So you're there to, you know, like, set your own private strategy that no one else is going to know about. And, okay, sure, obviously I could probably go look at the database and figure it out, but holy cannoli. You're not going to catch me into the database doing that kind of stuff, because one, I ain't got time to figure that out, and once everybody starts feeding it, I couldn't even imagine how much information is going to be in there. So So yeah, I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, exactly. Not enough people to move the market. I mean, I've literally seen billions in minutes. Like, watched it on graphs and stuff and just been like, what just happened? I think it was 1.8 billion, and it happened in under like a minute. It was a minute candle, and it just like, and I was just like, are you kidding me? And that was off of a, I mean, I got, that was off a pretty significant level, but yeah, the customizable confirmations will be a game changer for sure. Yeah, exactly. We want to fly under the radar best we can. Does anyone else do this kind of stuff? Look at this pump. Look at this massive pump. It's the kind of stuff I'm doing when I'm just looking at my own trades. Stretch it way out so it looks like it's blowing through the roof. 15-second time frame. I wish I could build an Autobot on the 15-seconder. That would be insane. That would be funny. Alright. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else for you guys. Oh yeah, I did want to go over this real quick. Right there. So, current confirmations on coins. Sorry, all this stuff's been moving around. So we have the momentum confluence on these time frames. We have all these coins. We have the money flow confluence on these time frames, right? So this one is moving up or down. We know what the momentum is. This is obviously measuring 50 bars back to make sure that momentum is moving in the current direction desired. The money flow is just flat out if it's moving up or down. It measures 5 bars on all these coins and all these time frames. And then we've got the price action above or below the 200 EMA on the 1 hour. So just kind of to give you a little bit of a trend, especially if you're trying to build an Autobot. And then 1 hour money flow. These are kind of newer. That's why we only have kind of the main coins here. 1 hour flow red or green. So pretty much money above or below the 0 line. And then we have our 1 hour VWAP above or below. Okay, I couldn't remember if I did a movement or not, but it's just above or below. It's just the 1 hour. Let me know, tag me or whatever to see if you guys want other time frames. So just things that would actually be used. So, yeah. I always get invited to these pump groups. Another thing is, I'll just say, I know there's only a few of you left on the stream right now. No one from our Discord will ever contact you with some special deal, okay? There is no special deals. I will not DM you myself and say, hey man, do you want to have a special deal and come on my private bot? No, never, ever, ever, ever. If I post something like that, it will be in the general chat in a channel, so that way you know it's legit. It'll be under announcements, okay? Stuff like that. And I will never DM you personally. There are a lot of scammers, and dude, they will, man, they put a hurting on people, man. Don't fall for that on any channel. If someone DMs you with some special offer, just kick them out. They're done. So yeah, just know that. Not me, not Southpaw, not Crypto Daddy, Crypto Tom, nobody will ever contact you for anything special. The group is the group. We'll contact the group specifically, not individually. Just want to say that scammers really burn me, man. I've never been burned by one, but as an IT guy with a security background and stuff, it's just. Actually, I have family that has been scammed out, you know, in total hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, I had no idea what they were doing. I wish I had known that they had been contacted, but anyway. You guys are awesome. I'm just kind of rambling now, allowing people to ask some good questions. You know, VWAP slope, that would be a good one. I agree with that. Maybe a little tighter, you know, instead of 5, you know, because the VWAP is kind of a tight rubber band. RSI, you know. Some of these you can actually set yourself as triggers. So just remember that, you know, RSI crosses and stuff, and, you know, you can come into Market Cipher, and I would probably recommend a little bit bigger of a time frame than the 15-second. But, you know, where you get RSI crosses, you can add an alert, you can do crossing, and you can do, like, RSI crossing the stochastic RSI, stochastic, once per bar close, whatever, you know, so every time this RSI crosses this one, now you gotta think about the logic, if it's crossing up or down and doing all that, you know, definitely take your time, plan it out, practice it, go to a low time frame, make sure you're getting the actual logic that you want, right? And then you can go and get your scripts and drop them in here with your, you know, your URL, and make sure you add your confluence that's desired, and boom, you know, now you're working on, you know, RSI crosses and stuff. I've never worked with RSI slopage, actually. Now you've got me all interested. Now I want to look into that, because I think you can do that. I think you could say RSI moving down percentage, or just moving down period, moving down like 2 in the past 3 bars, you know, like you could go and back test and see, you know, maybe more. It looks like it would be a lot more than that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I actually never considered the RSI very much, even though I built an RSI bot, and it kicked butt for a while, man. So, yeah, lots of stuff like that. Oh, looks like we got another trade. Boom! We're in the paper, boys. Has this bot been profitable? Yeah, made lots of paper. So it's definitely meant for education. It is meant for, you know, paper trading. It's always what we recommend. We're not financial advisors. If you trade real, you'll get wrecked, of course. But you know, I've had a lot of well, I mean, you guys have seen the channel. You know, people that are making some good paper trades. Cranking, so there's already some new ones. 3 a.m. What were you doing trading at 3 a.m.? Why were you awake at 3:22 a.m.? You probably weren't. The bot probably traded for you. That's the point. Let's see. Yeah, less time to look at the charts. Actually, you know, one of my favorite things is to, when I do look at the charts and I make my decisions, I can plan my trades, I can add my line, I can add my alert to fire my bot with my desired setup, you know, and confirmations, and just let it work. So slope can measure the sharpness of the chain. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to do some math on that to figure out, you know, like percentage move up on the VWAP and then percentage move up on the RSI, you know, and get some measurements on that kind of stuff for sure. Market's definitely looking kind of flat here. Yeah. But yeah, I'd like to hit this so that way it can go ahead and secure profit, you know, move stuff to stop loss. Gotta secure my, oh, I'm in drawdown. Oh, these are my entries. I thought. Oh, it's a short. Such a noobosaur. It's a short. I thought it was a long. I'm like, hey, I should be in profit. It's kind of funny. So these are just backup stop losses, just in case, you know. We got one in the chat already, so give them a little vote if that's the one you want. We're probably gonna like allow people to post for like a whole week, maybe a little bit more. I'll put like a day countdown in there and stuff and give people heads up, and then we can vote on which strategies to that I'll build and actually run. So 12-minute DBSI trigger, 14 value, set once per bar long. We have 12-minute money flow up. Oh, that's pretty simple. It's actually a very simple strat. So I don't manually trade anymore, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I am a emotional trader. Like, you know, I get very emotional. So the bot for me was like beyond a game changer. It really was, because I don't have to be emotional anymore. I'm not emotional when I'm planning. Oh well, if the market does this way over here in 2 days, you know, that's not emotional to me. Emotional is when I'm there and it's like, it's got the wick going on and it's CDW and it's like, ah! Just makes me want to freak out. So, and then you feel that rush, you know. And like I've said, and other people have said, if you feel a rush entering a trade, don't do it. Just stay away from it. That's why we paper trade. We got another 100% botter. Yeah. I am, yeah, I'm 100% bought too right now. 100%. Let's see. So, I think what I'm going to do, yeah, in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Wolf. Welcome. In the chat, let me move this up a little. What I'll do is I will add, this will be our vote symbol, the Crypto Fusion bot symbol. So if you get enough of those, then whoever has the most of those in like the next 7 to 10 days, and like I said, I'll let you guys know when it ends. And I'm probably going to come in and delete people's comments like this, right? Just so it's just the strategies, and then let people vote on it. So if I delete your comment, don't worry about it. I'll still sport your t-shirt, you know, but I'll just keep it clean. My guys will help me with that too. And yeah, we'll pick out a fun strategy and give it a nice little test run, and I'll create another channel for posting the scores and P&L, and you know, I'll do all of that. I might just run it on, like, I don't know, I'll probably run it on like maybe Bitcoin itself, like, you know, USD, because right now in my one account I don't have anything running on that. I have it all on USDT, so because I'm trading alts and Bitcoin, so I could easily set it up on that and we would have a nice clean P&L chart. So I think we can do that. That'll be fun, and something I want to do, you know, consistently, so that way we can do it together. Sorry for the beginner question, no worries, I still ask them sometimes, but I'm wondering why the bot puts in a stop loss and a conditional at the same time. So in the event of we call it a CDW, which is basically a swing failure pattern where it wicks down real hard, which the testnet has the best examples, but of course the testnet hits, it always closes. There are times where it could blow past your stop loss because that's just the way it works. It could just blow past it, and these are extra protection to make sure it gets closed out. That's it. That's all it is. It's just extra safety because the idea is for it to be automated, you know, so. So when you join Jason Casper VIP, I believe it charges on the 1st. But when you do the bot, it's just monthly. So it'll be 30 days from whenever you actually purchase the bot. Because right now the bot is only available through Jason Casper VIP. So I put the link in there a while back. If you're not already a VIP, which most people on here probably are, there might be a few that have strayed in, which we welcome you guys as well. Yeah, you'll just be charged for the bot 30 days later, charged for the bot 30 days later, charged for the bot. So if I'm wrong, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If it works another way, you can just DM me. We'll talk about it. Okay, cool. Yeah, you are you're a VIP. Then you know how juicy the setups are. Alright. So, oh, we got closed out. Bam. See, I'm safe now. I only had a little bit of a loss there, so we pumped. Alright. Sorry, I was just checking some other stuff. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and shut this stream down. I appreciate you guys coming in. Hit us up in the Discord with questions. Go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Also his, I think it's Jason Casper Patreon. So you can hit him up on Patreon too if you're not a VIP. Go ahead and get a VIP. The bot's available through there. Yeah, join the community, man. We're excited to have you guys, and yeah, we're gonna make some cool bots, man. That's all. I'm so stoked. I can't make all the bots. I've made a few good ones. I'm gonna be sharing them, but together, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the weekend, and last thing I'll talk about will be the Strat building, man. Get in here, start posting your favorite strategies. Be willing to go back in, and you can even add more, but I love the simplicity of this, and I'm really curious to see how it works. So maybe we could add the 200 EMA to it to even add more confluence. I don't know, but maybe it wouldn't trade enough. So yeah, that's why we're gonna vote on these, and see who wants to get a strategy. I'm not gonna post one. I'm gonna let you guys do it this time. I think there'd be a little too much assumption mine would work better or something, and I disagree with that. I think one of you guys are gonna build stuff that's way better than what I've got, but got some good stuff going. So Hey, no problem. Glad to be here. I hope it just helped, people understand the possibilities that they can do even currently without their own database, because yeah, it'll be good stuff, man. So, all right, guys. We'll talk at you later. Hit us up in the Discord.